Riot at Anfield. Liverpool destroy West Ham in a goal explosion. Make sure you hit subscribe for daily Liverpool updates and breaking Reds news. Liverpool run riot in Anfield goal fest and pile pressure on West Ham. 5 talking points. Liverpool 5-2. West Ham. Goals from Hugo Ekitike, Virgil van Dijk, Alexis Mac Allister and Cody Gakpo gave Arne Slot's side their 3rd Premier League win on the trot. Liverpool have jumped back into the top 5 after an entertaining 5-2 win at home to West Ham. The Reds boosted their Champions League hopes while ensuring that Nuno Espirito Santo's side remain in the relegation zone. Arne Slot described his side's first half performance at Nottingham Forest last weekend as the worst we've played. But it was a different story at Anfield. The Reds raced into a 1-0 lead through Hugo Ekitike. Virgil van Dijk soon doubled Liverpool's advantage to continue his fine goal-scoring form. West Ham were in the game though, and had chances to get back in it. The Irons' hopes looked to be dashed when Alexis Mac Allister made it 3-0 before half-time, only for Thomas Soucek to pull a goal back shortly after the break. But Cody Gakpo's strike and an own goal made sure of the 3 points. Here are 5 talking points from Anfield. 1. Liverpool's lightning-fast start. After leaving it very late against Forest, Liverpool wasted no time to break the deadlock here. West Ham initially dealt with a corner in the 5th minute, only for Ryan Gravenberch to pick up the pieces on the edge of the penalty area. Gravenberch whipped the ball into Ekitike, who found space and lashed a shot past Mads Hermansen, courtesy of a deflection off Konstantinos Mavropanos. The Frenchman celebrated with a thumbs up to the Kop, where his new banner was unfurled ahead of kick-off. 2. Van Dijk continues hot streak. You just can't keep him off the score sheet. No, not Ekitike, Van Dijk. Liverpool's captain headed home his 3rd goal in 6 Premier League games to double the Reds' lead on 24 minutes. Once again, West Ham failed to deal with a corner, and it proved fatal. There was a brief VAR check for offside due to the position which Joe Gomez was taking up, but the goal stood. Liverpool were in the mood for goals. 3. West Ham's set-piece woes the Reds had time for another goal before half-time, which, you guessed it, came from a corner. With the interval approaching and West Ham still in with a chance of making it a contest, Liverpool put the nail in their coffin. Mo Salah's delivery was inadvertently flicked to back post by Jared Bowen, allowing Ekitike to volley it back to Mac Allister in acres of space. The midfielder then produced a volley of his own, rifling it past Hermansen. It was just the kind of first half Liverpool needed after Slot slated their opening 45 minutes at the City ground. But for West Ham, it was all going wrong. 4. Gakpo back in the goals. Liverpool were given a few scares after Soucek's goal, and their win was under threat. But Gakpo, who'd missed a gilt-edged earlier in the second half, allayed the home crowd's fears with his first goal in 8 league matches. Ekitike provided the assist again, but it was the Netherlands international who did the hard work. Standing up Aaron Wan-Bissaka before cutting inside on his right foot, Gakpo ended his drought in style. Still, West Ham didn't give up though. Valentin Castellano scored the 6th goal of the game and 4th from a corner to restore the 2-goal deficit, but it was too little, too late, as Axel Disasi's own goal made it 5-2. 5. Irons' resurgence halted. Although this only goes down as West Ham's 2nd defeat in 7 league games, it's now 3 without a win for the Irons, who are 2 points adrift of safety. With the 2 teams directly above them, Tottenham and Forest, having employed managers, West Ham supporters will be worrying about that gap getting larger on Sunday. Although Santo's side were by no means hammered by Liverpool, they paid the price for poor defending. Things don't get much easier for West Ham, with Fulham away up next before they host Manchester City, either side of an FA Cup 5th round clash tie against Brentford. In another news, Liverpool's next 5 Premier League games compared to Champions League rivals after West Ham win. After Liverpool secured a clinical victory over West Ham United, the Echo takes a look at the Reds' next 5 fixtures compared to their Champions League rivals. Liverpool and Arne Slot can now look ahead to their next few Premier League matches after securing a hard-fought victory over West Ham United. The Reds were pushed hard by the Hammers, but their superior finishing was enough to secure a 5-2 victory at Anfield. Hugo Ekitike gave Liverpool the lead after 5 minutes before Virgil van Dijk doubled the advantage 19 minutes later, when Alexis Mac Allister put Liverpool 3 ahead on the stroke of half-time. Many began to feel a rout was on the horizon. However, the Hammers rallied back through Thomas Soucek's goal straight after the break. Cody Gakpo then restored the 3-goal advantage, only for the Reds to be pegged back again by Tati Castellanos finding the net. Nuno Espirito Santo's side refused to give up and kept on hammering at the Liverpool door, forcing Alisson into some strong saves. But as the East Londoners continued to turn up the pressure, Liverpool attacked again and forced Axel Disasi into scoring an unfortunate own goal. The victory ensured Liverpool jumped into 5th position, a place which may be enough to secure a place in next season's Champions League. Their positioning in the top 5 will, however, be contingent on Chelsea's away clash against Arsenal tomorrow. Liam Rosenior's side face the Premier League leaders at the Emirates Stadium. As a result of the Blues' superior goal difference, an away victory would be enough for Chelsea to jump back into 5th position. However, if United lose by at least 2 goals to Crystal Palace at Old Trafford tomorrow afternoon, Liverpool would overtake them, as Michael Carrick's side's goal difference is only 1 goal better than the Reds. After the win over West Ham, the Echo takes a look at Liverpool's next 5 Premier League matches, in comparison with Champions League rivals Aston Villa, United and Chelsea. Aston Villa, 3rd, 51 PTs. Chelsea, H. Wed 4 March, 7:30pm. Manchester United, A. Sun 15 March, 2pm. West Ham, H. Sun 22 March, 2:15pm. Nottingham Forest, A. Sat 11th April to be declared. Sunderland, H. Sat 18 April to be declared. Manchester United, 4th, 48 PTs. Crystal Palace, H. Sun 28th of February, 2pm. Newcastle United, A. Wed 4 March, 8:15pm. Aston Villa, H. Sun 15th March, 2pm. Bournemouth, A. Fry 20th March, 8pm. Leeds United, H. Sat 11th April to be declared. Liverpool, 5th, 48 PTs. Wolves, A. 2-3 March, 8:15pm. Tottenham, H. Sun 15 March, 4:30pm. Brighton and Hove Albion, A. Sat 21 March, 12:30pm. Fulham, H. Sat 12 April to be declared. Everton, A. Sat 18 April to be declared. Chelsea, 6th, 45 PTs. Arsenal, A. Sun 28th February, 4:30pm. Aston Villa, A. Wed 4 March, 7:30pm. Newcastle United, H. Sat 14th March, 5:30pm. Everton, A. Sat 24 March, 5:30pm. Manchester City, H. Sat 11th April to be declared. In another news, Infectious Liverpool star back to become one of the best in the world after destroying West Ham. Former Manchester United and England midfielder Owen Hargreaves has backed a top Liverpool star to become one of the best in the world in his position following the 5-2 rout of West Ham on Saturday. Arne Slot's men jumped back into the Premier League's top 5, which should be enough to secure Champions League football come the end of the season, as they ran riot against a Hammers side who remain in a fierce battle to avoid the drop. Goals from Hugo Ekitike, Virgil van Dijk, Alexis Mac Allister, Cody Gakpo and an Axel Disasi own goal delivered a massive 3 points for Liverpool as they leapfrogged Chelsea into that all-important 5th spot. But it was the performance of Ekitike in particular that drew plenty of praise from Hargreaves. Liverpool signed Ekitike for an initial £69 million fee from Bundesliga side Eintracht Frankfurt last summer, and the 23-year-old has been one of the club's standout performers in an inconsistent campaign, scoring an impressive 16 goals in 37 appearances. After scoring the opener against West Ham, Hargreaves firmly believes that the France international has all the qualities to become one of the best strikers in world football. I tell you why Slot is smiling. He's got Hugo Ekitike in his team, Hargreaves told Premier League Productions. What a player he is, by the way. Oh my word, he could be one of the best strikers in the world. I know we've got Erling Haaland, but I think he's got one of the most complete games. And the one thing I think all the top players need is confidence and belief, and he has. Every time he steps on the pitch, you can tell he's like, give me the ball, I'm going to create something. And today, against West Ham, again, every time he touches the ball, something special happens. He makes it look so easy with everything. He's got size, he's got skill, he's got technique, he's got awareness, always in the right place at the right time. Technically, he's top, and he's got this confidence, which I think is infectious. Liverpool back to secure 5th spot. Hargreaves, meanwhile, has also backed Liverpool to secure a Champions League place ahead of Chelsea this season. Asked if the Reds will finish in the top 5, which should be enough to secure Champions League football after another impressive performance from English sides in this season's competition, Hargreaves said, I think they will. I think the difficulty for Chelsea is they have a really young team. They don't have the experience that I think Liverpool have. Chelsea probably got the hardest run of fixtures. If you look at Chelsea's fixtures, if they're going to get into it, they've really got to earn it, Chelsea. Liverpool are back in action on Tuesday night when they head to bottom club Wolves, who secured a rare win this season on Friday night when they arguably put an end to Aston Villa's slim title hopes. More Liverpool news. Chase for Interstar on. PSG sensation tip to replace Salah. A well-connected Italian journalist is adamant that Liverpool are very much in the mix to sign one of Inter Milan's best players this summer, after explaining how the Reds plan to trigger his signing. Elsewhere, Liverpool have been urged to break the bank to sign a world-class PSG superstar as a replacement for Mo Salah, and with a controversial broadcaster revealing the surprise move he has heard the Egyptian superstar will now be making this summer. Finally, Chelsea are set to be in the market for a new centre-forward this summer, and they have been surprisingly urged to sign ex-Liverpool star Darwin Núñez. As our sources confirm, he is open to a sensational return to the Premier League. In another news, Cody Gakpo bounces back to deliver Liverpool relief after leaving Anfield crowd aghast. Liverpool analysis from Mark Jones after the Reds ran out 5-2 winners over West Ham United following an entertaining afternoon at Anfield. The groans echoed all around Anfield, after many a half-time joke about West Ham staging a comeback to ruin what had looked to be an all-too-rare stress-free afternoon. This season had fallen flat thanks to Tomas Soucek's strike 4 minutes into the second half. This was the last thing Reds fans needed. On a day when they embraced the set-piece revolution which has swept the Premier League this season, Joe Gomez's long throw had bypassed everyone in the West Ham penalty area and fallen nicely for Cody Gakpo. It was on his left foot, but surely he'd score from there. The Dutchman's wild finish, shanked horribly into the gloating West Ham fans, served to provide more ammunition for his detractors and deepened a sense of concern among home supporters. Liverpool were 3-1 up, such a lead which would have felt impregnable last season, but they weren't exactly convincing, and this was the sort of miss that could lead to concerns becoming horrifying reality. Credit Gakpo then for sticking to his guns. The Dutchman's cut inside onto his right foot, something that many people will tell you he does far too often, can be a potent weapon when he's utilising it correctly. And although there was a slice of fortune with the nick off Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the sight of the ball nestling into the corner of the net elicited just as many sighs of relief as his miss had sighs of despair. Even more impressive was to come from Gakpo as, with West Ham having pulled another goal back to heighten tension slightly, and the Dutchman moved into the centre following the withdrawal of Hugo Ekitike. It was he who produced an excellent pass to Jeremy Frimpong to set his compatriot away to create the 5th Liverpool goal, put through his own net by Axel Disasi. It was a reminder that Gakpo is more than he is often portrayed, and showed just why he continues to be a favourite of Arne Slot's despite diminishing attacking returns this season compared to last. He might not be everyone's favourite, but you couldn't fault his effort here, and it was ultimately his 2 contributions which saw Liverpool over the line. Frimpong's immediate impact. That own goal from Disasi was initially credited to Frimpong by Anfield announcer Peter McDowell. Wishful thinking perhaps, but he didn't need a goal to garnish what was an excellent cameo display off the bench. Emerging in the 77th minute to replace Joe Gomez, who had had a tough afternoon up against the lively Crescencio Somerville, Frimpong immediately got the West Ham winger worried about what was going the other way. Too worried it turned out, given that the Hammers' best player hauled down Frimpong and was booked within 2 minutes of his fellow Dutchman coming on. 3 minutes later, he'd created the own goal for Disasi, and although that won't go down as an official assist in the statisticians' books, he should have had one in the dying embers when his pullback was blazed over by Trey Nyoni, when a first Premier League goal beckoned for the youngster. We have been here before with Frimpong, of course, and it isn't so much the Premier League that the flying fullback needs to prove himself to, it is more his own body. And that should remain a big if for now, but if the Reds can keep him fit between now and the end of the campaign, then he becomes such an important and potent weapon raiding down the right flank. He is a potential game changer, prolific. Liverpool's sudden but late embracing of the Premier League set-piece revolution came home to roost remarkably here. But so too did the recent potency in front of goal from 2 players who have become reliable scorers. Alexis Mac Allister had only scored 1 goal all season a month ago, but now the Argentinian has 4 in his last 7 games after his brace against Qarabag, the dramatic winner, or 2, at Nottingham Forest, and his strike here. Mac Allister has always had an ability to pop up in the right places when it matters, reading the game well and getting into dangerous scoring positions, and that his sudden potency has come at a time when his performances are being questioned by many is a tick in the box for those who would like to see him stay in the team. Virgil van Dijk is always in the team, and now the Reds have got their set pieces right. Their skipper is becoming a threat that opposition defences often cannot handle. That is now 3 goals in his last 8 appearances, giving the Reds a route to goal at a time when Mohamed Salah, their top scorer in each of the last 8 seasons, cannot buy and goal, and English football's costliest ever striker remains sidelined. Van Dijk and Mac Allister's contributions are coming at a vital time of the season, when the Reds need everyone to deliver, and right now, they certainly are. In another news, I brought Andy Robertson to the Premier League, but could never have predicted his success. Speaking exclusively to Liverpool.com, Steve Bruce reflects on Andy Robertson's Premier League career and signing the left-back for Hull City nearly 12 years ago. Steve Bruce has revealed he did not realise Andy Robertson's potential when he first signed the left-back for Hull City nearly 12 years ago. The former Manchester United defender brought Robertson to the Premier League from Dundee United in 2014, a little over a year after he had been playing amateur soccer in Scotland. Perhaps surprisingly, Bruce thought the left-back would need time to adapt, but he was blown away by Robertson's immediate impact in the English top flight. He made a goal-saving clearance on his Premier League debut against Queen's Park Rangers and was voted the club's Player of the Month in August 2014. Speaking exclusively to Liverpool.com, Bruce said Robertson's progress speaks to his remarkable character and drive. Very quickly, he became a very good player, Bruce said via OLBG. When you make the step up and go to a club like Liverpool, it's the ultimate test for you. I'm delighted for him. He's turned into a really top-class left-back. Look, he's been there at Liverpool for nearly 10 years, a great achievement from him. He's one of my better signings. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and I wasn't going to play Andy to start with. I thought it was going to be one for the future. All of a sudden, we've got 2-3 injuries at left-back. First game of the season, QPR away, he makes his debut. I still remember it today, and he took it by storm. Wow, who's this kid? And he never came out the team. That's testament to Andy, that's testament to how he is. He grasped his opportunity very young, and as I said, from all the times I was there, he became the left back of the club and very quickly established himself as a very good player. After 3 seasons at Hull, Robertson had demonstrated sufficient quality to earn a move to Liverpool. 9 years later, the now Scotland captain has established himself as an Anfield legend, thanks to a trophy collection that includes 2 Premier League winners' medals and a Champions League triumph. But with his contract expiring and Robertson falling to second in the pecking order behind Milos Kerkez, there is a growing acceptance he will leave Liverpool this summer. The experienced defender has made no secret of his desire to play more regularly and was in talks over a January transfer to Tottenham Hotspur. Bruce said the decision will ultimately come down to whether Robertson is happy playing second string. It'll be interesting to see. He's been Liverpool's left-back for donkey's years. I'm sure, knowing the way he is, he's not going to be that happy that he's not starting every week, the 65-year-old said. But he's still got a part to play, I'm convinced of that. Whether he'll stay, I think that decision will only be Andy's. Whether he wants to play week in, week out and drop down a level or play for a smaller club, who knows? But wherever he does his next step, he's had a wonderful career and I'm delighted to be a little part of it. What did you think of Liverpool's performance, title statement or just the beginning? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Reds content.